Hi everybody and welcome back to Frank's 3D Shop. In this video, I do some needed maintenance on my Prusa MK3S. The top axis smooth rod needs to be replaced, the bearings too, since they are probably the cause for those grooves that are now appearing on them. I show you the way I do it and a couple of tricks I have. Let's go see that. So, a little maintenance on this machine, on this Prusa. The top rail here, I can sense with my nail that there is a notch. Probably some of the bearings inside here, the linear bearings, are not moving correctly or freely and beginning to eat up the smooth rod. We'll disassemble the printer and remove the top, the X-axis, and then remove the top rail, change the bearings, and verify at the same time the bearings. And yeah, I think that's about it. But and I have a way of doing it so that you don't have to disassemble everything. So first, removing the top cap. And what I do, because you cannot, if you go and you bring the Z-axis to the top, you cannot go all the way up because here it's hitting the frame. So to help with that, I undo the 8 bolts down here and drop the whole thing down both sides, so everything will come down, and then I can remove the X-axis. But first, let's remove the smooth rod here and here. Just pull on it. That's it. And then undo the motors. That's it. Put something on the bed to protect the bed. Then drop it. Oh, I still have some tie wraps, so just go underneath and don't do like I did before. Look, not to cut any wire. So just removing the clip. Don't touch the wires. Same thing down here. That's it. Okay. Then I can drop down. And then you can protect the bed again. And then move this all the way up. And then you can remove the X-axis like that. Okay, so we need to remove the motor. So if I turn this like that, it's going to be easier for you to see. So you can just remove it without touching the pulley. That's it. Then I should be able to just wiggle this and take it out, or not. Oh yeah, it can. Okay, that's it. And let's remove this. Then we can work on those. Okay. This is the one that has a... So there is a notch, a couple of notches. So not good. Let's identify it like this and put an X at either ends. So I don't mix it up with another one. Then that one can stay in place. You can replace it with a new one. So it's from time to time, if you use your printers a lot, there's gonna be some things that will needed to be changed, but not that often. So that's replaced. Let's look at the bearings now. Remove the back cover. I don't want to remove everything, but I need to cut those 3 ones at least, so that we can move this up a bit and clear the 2 tie wraps here. And then remove the bearings. So what I do is I move those little balls. They move freely. This one not so much. This one there is some notches in there, not really free, and this one is hard to push. Yeah, it's catching up on something. Yeah, so this one is shut. Not that bad, but those are really hard to push around. So I'm gonna replace them. I'm gonna check the one at the bottom, but it was fine, I think. And there is not much weight on the bottom one. Yeah, they seem fine. I don't think there is a notch on that one. No. With your nails, you can scratch around, and it's easy to catch with the nails, or say screwdriver, I think. Let me try on one. Yeah, if I bring it near the microphone. It's easy to find. It was printing fine, but eventually it's gonna stop moving or be really hard to move, and then it's gonna affect the print. So I prefer to replace them. So that bearing is good. We can put it back. Or maybe I just add a drop of oil. Okay. I use this one is for skates. And such, skateboard, skates. So I'm dropping just 1 drop per rail. That's it. So I can put it back in. That's it. And 2 new bearings. So those are from Prusa. I don't know where they're made. It's unbranded ones, but it seems to work fine. I've used also some Mitsumi, and on the other ones, I'm gonna see if the Mitsumi, are longer lived than those. And I'm not gonna put some some grease like they do. I don't really like the grease. It's really thick, so I don't like the grease that they provide with the Prusa. So I'm gonna try to just use regular oil. Those are already oiled. If I show you, oh, there's already grease in there, so but they are moving really nicely. So those were pre-greased with by Prusa. Okay. Then 2 new tie wraps. There's a hole here, just beneath the bearing. You push it out, and just tight. You don't want to go crazy with those. You don't want to deform the bearings. Just need it to stay in place. So that's it. Click. So one thing that I like to do is, you see inside this channel, I want to put the bearings. I'm gonna rotate the bearings so that. So let me try to I just try to have it like that, pinching it from the side. Yeah, that's perfect. And this and the other one. Move a little bit. Yeah. So if you see inside, do you see inside? Yeah. Those are aligned, and the other two are aligned too. And when it sits on the rail, it's gonna be able to touch at the same place on either side. So I think it can help. And then put the cap back. Watch out for the strap. It has to go inside the channel freely. And take your time to really be sure that everything is in its place. Yeah, it seems to be. And then doesn't go in easy. So I'm gonna remove the first one, the new one. Put it in first. You just wiggle it. You don't force it in. You just wiggle it, and it should go in. It doesn't go easily. Don't push hard. Don't push at all. It's supposed to be going in easily. Or you're gonna move some balls inside and push them out. Yeah, it was the seal at the beginning of the second bearing that was catching up. So it's fine. Insert the other one. The one should be easier because there are no grease. Yeah, it went easy. Watch out for the strap. And you need to be sure that you don't. And just there's a little crease here. Yeah, don't twist that belt. And then you see when it's at the end, there's a little window here, so you see if it's correctly inserted all the way down. It is. So I'm gonna put it back. This, and then this. Put it on the top of those two. Just go in a bit. So that's that. I think I'm gonna move it down a bit. Then can move the motors back up and secure one screw. It wants to go in. Not sure. Yeah, it is. It is going in. That's it. Same thing on the other side. Yeah. Really, you don't need much. Just enough so that they do not move, not to crush the plastic. So, never had one undo itself. I'm gonna wash my hands because there is oil and grease on them. I don't want to put that everywhere. I'll be back. Okay. So that's done. Then we have to clean them up before inserting them in the bearings, just in case there is something. So I'll put back the Z-axis rods, and again, you just the weight of the bar is enough, even less. Wiggle it around, and then but you don't push on it. Push it down. That's it. Then you can push that on. Align the hole. Just snug. Click. That's enough. Same thing here. Again, make sure not to cross thread. Sometimes you can back off a bit until you hear a tick. Back off the screw. Tick, tick, and then you're sure you're in the threads. That's it. So that's secured. Now we can put back. Okay, that's better. Then the cables goes down. You bring the strap in. Then you put the motor in. Slip it on. Like that. That's it. Yeah, it was not on the pulley on the other side, so now it's properly aligned. Then I look for the hole here and down. Wiggle the motor a bit until I find the threads. Same here. So what I do is I turn it all the way and back it off a bit. Same here, because the motor can move on top. It can rotate a bit. So just going up to the end and back off a bit. Same with this one. And it's already really tight. Yeah, everything is fine. So I don't think we need to turn it that much because this is tight enough. Well, you can push it in, but it's not too tight and not too loose. No, just put it in the correct place. Then is it still seem a bit tight. Let's see on the other end. So it's on the channel here. It moves freely here, so it's not binding anywhere. So yeah, with a little force I can push them together. So it seems correct. If that belt comes loose, I have room here to push the motor away. The new models, they have a screw here. This one here is fixed, only a hole, not an oval. Those two are still ovals, but there is a screw here. So you tighten the screw and it turns the motor like this. Then it tightens the... But I would have to change that. I didn't print one, so maybe another time when I do another maintenance. I have to remember to print those. From time to time, depends on the machine, but Prusa is good to you know, do new version of those. So you look at the, I think it's underneath in this one, or there's a number on those parts, like say S2, so you can look and see the new parts if they're updated the parts on the Prusa site. So I do that from time to time. Sometimes they, you know, there is new features, or there is like the screw, or there's some problems that were fixed. So it's nice to do that from time to time, and it's nice that you can do it easily with the Prusa, I think. For me at least. So what's left? We need to reattach at the back. I can remove that. We need to reattach the cabling. So I think it's from that side. We have 3 holes. One here. Okay. We go like this. Just I like to push back the sleeve inside here. And again, it's not, you know, don't go crazy on those. Just like that. Just with your hands, no tools required. It's just to remove the stress on the cables, and so that they don't catch on anything on the print. Okay, and then we have 2 ones underneath for the motors. Move it like this. Watch out for the motors, the cables, and everything. I'm doing it because I can show you in camera or on camera. Then the one down there, same thing. But this one, I think you have to catch all of the cables at the same time here. So maybe through this one first, and then the second one would be easier. Yeah, that's it. I think that they put the attach on the other side, but I don't care. Again, it doesn't have to be tight, it's just that the cables are not moving and not catching on anything. So, put it back on its feet. So, That's it. It's moving easily. Now the last thing, I'm gonna plug it in. Let's say because now we're not sure that this is level. So the way that Prusa does it, and I do it the same. You can go to through the wizard and do the calibration and everything, but in this case I don't need to calibrate anything. I just changed that rod, so all of the settings should be fine and not changed. So what I'm gonna do is power up the printer, and I go to the settings, and then move axis, then move Z axis, and I bring it up until it hits those two top caps, which are level, and it's gonna self-level at the top with an audible sound. So this is the gap here. You have about 1 millimeter, and in the other side it's about, let's make it, more. So that's about 6 millimeter, and then on this side is 1 millimeter. So that is not leveled. So you just go up until it's gonna touch here, and then here it's still far away. And if I keep going up, it's gonna go until it's not able to move anymore. So it's level now. It's at the top here and at the top here. That's a way to level it. Go down afterward. And it works. Let's go back to 0. Then we can try the X axis. It's gonna do its own calibration. So, and disable steppers, unplug, turn off, unplug. One thing I still need to do is to do some cleanup in there. That's it for me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and push the little bell to be notified of new videos. Please comment and give your ideas for future videos, and see you in the next video. Ciao, bye!